Akvile, thank you so much for coming down and meeting us today.
Thanks for inviting me.
It's a pleasure having you here. So for those who haven't had the opportunity to meet you, can you tell us briefly who you are and what you do?
So I am Akvile. I am an associate in the law firm Sorainen Partners. I work in Vilnius office here in Lithuania. I am working in finance and insurance group and majorly focusing on fintechs. Fintechs is, quite a broad word, so we can assist our clients from licensing to regulatory compliance to AML audits, inspections, whatever that would be needed on daily basis. And of course, for a few years, I'm heavily focusing on crypto as well, as this, in our view, is a major growing point for fintechs as well.
All right, and can you tell me a little bit about how a law firm like Sorainen has contributed to the development of the fintech ecosystem in Lithuania, which is growing massively?
Yeah, so Sorainen actually works in all three Baltic countries. We have our offices in Lithuania, in Latvia, and Estonia. And Sorainen, I'd say, been in fintech ecosystem from the very beginning. I'd say it was 2017 or so in Lithuania when there was a huge, massive growth of fintechs, and the licensing was just going, I would say, monthly 10 or more licenses, and we've been there. I think up to now we assisted approximately 30 to 40 payment and electronic money institutions to get a license in Lithuania. So from the very beginning to even now, when the regulatory compliance, I would say, is one of the top priorities for fintechs to survive in this ecosystem, we are there to help with our experts and with our knowledge.
What are the, in your view, what are the top three things that fintech companies need to have to be aware of from a legal perspective in 2024 if they want to start a fintech in Lithuania or if they want to continue operations in what they do?
I think it doesn't matter if it's 2024 or 2025. There are, I think, few things that are always the most important, and regulatory compliance certainly is something that all fintech should always take care of, be it cybersecurity and frauds. This is something that we see quite a big shift on this matter. Also, the investments, capital requirements, this is something that fintech should be observing. And from my personal view as well, is digital assets and blockchain implementation in the overall workflow, So I'd say these, and of course, certainly consumer experience, and not to forget that innovation is fast, but adopting consumer needs is something that all fintechs should always consider.
One of the things that we've seen specifically in Europe is that over the past few years, the amount of regulatory burden on fintechs and financial institutions has grown exponentially.
Indeed.
So how can Sorainen help fintechs and other financial institutions navigate really the ongoing evolution of the regulatory landscape?
Very good question. Some say that the responsibility that lies with fintechs is massive, and indeed, but the responsibilities and the role that those financial institutions are doing in front of our everyday lives is also, just massive. I would say there are a few angles to focus on. Of course, one of the most important would be to be proactive in the regulatory space, to observe, to monitor what's changing, to be in front of the regulation and always manage to update policies, procedures on time. Then surely educating and training your employees that they would be always up to date, they would understand what is compliance and the compliance spirit would be in the organization. Internal controls. It's not only to have written policies and procedures, but for business to be up to date with it and to adhere the regulatory requirements in the operating system. And I think sometimes fintechs forget that there's a regulatory cooperation, there's supervisory authorities that are always willing to communicate, to guide through, to educate. And that's a unique opportunity to stay up to date with the regulatory compliance and navigate through it.
Right. Now, a lot of fintech founders are very often specialists in technology or maybe in financial matters. I would say that very few of them probably have the capabilities or the necessary expertise in legal matters or regulatory matters.
Yeah.
So how can a company like Sorainen leverage its capability to help these companies get through all the legal hurdles that they might find along the way and basically be able to deliver their visions?
That's something that we also consider, how to be there in the ecosystem to know for the financial market participants that there are experts who've been there from the very beginning. And I would say this is one of our priorities as well. We try to be in all the events that is possible, those that Rocket is organizing that are important for the community. We are organizing webinars. Also, Sorainen is doing a startup legal clinic every year. It's a free clinic that can assist startups to clarify their challenges, be it regulatory or any other matters. And we just constantly want to share our know-how and be there to support the community towards the sustainable and mature fintech ecosystem. That's our mission.
Amazing. Well, Akvile, I'm looking forward to seeing you at the Fintech Day, which is happening in a few weeks here in Vilnius. I think it's going to be the biggest yet, and I'm so excited that we've been invited to really see what's boiling here in the fantastic ecosystem in Lithuania.
Thank you. I'm also very excited about that.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.